जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पचत्यादिशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्री चिंताई गौर सुंदर की, पतित पावन श्री प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Studying from Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, entitled as Chanting the Song Sung by Lord Shiva, text number 57. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam की जय। क्षणार्धेनापि तुल्ये न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गी सङ्गस्य मर्त्यानां किम् उतासिसा। क्षरेणाधेनापि तुल्ये न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गी सङ्गस्य मर्त्यानां किम् उतासिसा। क्षरेणाधेनापि तुल्ये न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गी सङ्गस्य मर्त्यानां किम् उतासिसा। क्षरेणाधेनापि तुल्ये न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गी सङ्गस्य मर्त्यानां किम् उतासिसा। What forward meaning? Chana ardhena, by half a moment. Api, even. Tulaye, compare. Na, never. Swargam, heavenly planets. Na, neither. Apunar Bhavam, merging into the Supreme. Bhagavat, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sangi, associate. Sangasya, one who takes advantage of associating. Martyanam, of the conditioned soul. Kim Uta, what is there? Asisa, blessings. Translation: if one by chance associate with devotee even for a fraction of moment, he no longer is subjected to attraction by the results of karma or jnana. What interest then can he have in the benedictions of the demigods, who are subject to the laws of birth and death? Please repeat. If one by chance associate with a devotee even for a fraction of a moment, he no longer is subjected to attraction by the results of karma or jnana. What interest then can he have in the benedictions of the demigods, who are subject to the laws of birth and death? Purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Out of the three kinds of men, the karmis, jnanis and bhaktas, the bhakta is described herein as the most exalted. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati has sung Kaivalyam Narkayate Tidasapur Akasa Puspayate Chaitan Chaitamita. The word Kaivalya means to merge into the effulgence of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the word Tridaspura refers to the heavenly planets where the demigods live. Thus, for a devotee, Kaivalya Sukha, or merging in the existence of the Lord, is hellish, because Bhakta considers it suicidal to lose his individuality and merge into the effulgence of Brahman. A Bhakta always wants to retain his individuality in order to render service to the Lord. Indeed, he considers promotion to the upper planetary systems to be no better than a will-o-wisp. Temporary material happiness holds no value for a devotee. Devotee is in such a exalted position that he is not interested in the actions of karma or jnana. The resultant action of karma and jnana are so insignificant that a devotee situated on the transcendental platform that he is not in the least interested in them. Bhakti Yoga is sufficient to give the Bhakta all happiness, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6. Yayatma suprasidati, one can be fully satisfied simply by devotional service, and that is the result of association with a devotee. Without being blessed by a pure devotee, no one can be fully satisfied, nor can anyone understand the transcendental position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Tat Sat Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So in this chapter, Lord Shiva is instructing Prachetas, and he is singing a prayer so that they can repeat the prayer and get the perfection. When we see that how this prayer is addressed towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he has addressed the transcendental qualities of the Lord in the beginning. Then he has addressed the form of the Lord, the transcendental form of the Lord. And after addressing that, he is now explaining the glories of the association of devotees. Bhagavad Sangi Sangasya, associates of the Lord. So this is very, very famous shloka where the importance of association is highlighted. Living entity is there in this material world from time immemorial. Time immemorial means we see this creation has happened, and we are living in the half of the life cycle of Lord Brahma. How many Chatyugas have been passed? How many times this creation would have been taken place since we are here in this material world? How much pralaya we would have been gone through. So this is all unimaginable. So our stay in this material world also account for all our sufferings. And this life itself, we can see that life is filled with so many unpleasant experiences, so much of suffering, birth, death, old age, disease, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, then tritapa, adhyatmik klesha, adi bhautika, adi daivika klesha. So constantly there is a suffering. It's such a cycle that once gone inside, we are not able to withdraw from there. Like a cocoon makes a net around himself, and he makes a net in such a way that he doesn't leave any door to come out. Like we make a house, so we'll make windows, we'll make door, we will be able to come out of it. But this cocoon makes such a house in which first he closes all the openings and he traps himself inside. So there is no scope of his coming out. So similarly, here in this material existence, we have come inside, but inside we are now got trapped. From time immemorial we are here, without any hope of becoming free from this. In this human form of life, we see that so many people will see, very pious people. We see them, they will be doing everything so nicely, worshipping. Ganesh Puja they will be doing, then Indra Puja they will be doing, or fasting they will be doing, so much of austerity they will be doing. Very nice gentlemen, but there is asa, the desire that I am doing this worship and I want this in return. I am worshipping Lord Shiva so that I will have a good wife. I am worshipping Goddess Saraswati so that I will have a good learning. So like that everybody is bound with so much of desires, and therefore they are worshipping and they are behaving very nicely. They are cooperating with everybody so nicely so that their sense gratification is not disturbed. Similarly, we see there will be a very nice scholarly person in mode of goodness, is fully busy in studying Vedanta. See, externally we'll get so much inspired and influenced by him. Oh, such a nice, great scholarly person. But what is the result of his understanding Vedanta? That he will be merging himself into Brahman. That is the best what people are trying to be good in this material world. But this is also not helping to come out of this cycle of birth and death. So many fruitive activities, karma kanda, yajna, all things, worship one do, just he gets promoted to heavenly planets. And we know that Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling, Chinne punne matya lokam vishanti. So when their stock of pious activities is over, again they will come back in the same matya loka. Then again they will go do something, they will go up and down. So Prabhupada is comparing this, devotee consider this fruitive activities it's like a willow wisp. Willow wisp, we see that small children, they would like to go on a big they'll be fairy wheel, like will be going, the wheel will be going up and then coming down, the big wheel. Then children like to go on that, they have a good time, they go up and they feel thrill when they are going up. When they are going up, it's very good. When it comes down, then we start getting scared. So like that, and the fruitive activities, karma kanda is like that. As long as we are nicely situated, we are happy. And when we are going through tough time, we are in depression. So this willow wisp is the temporary situation. In this material world only we are going up and down. Similarly the jnanis also, when they emerge into the Brahman, that there is all chances that he will again come down in the material world. Why? Because by nature soul is Sachidananda, seeking happiness, bliss. But though the Brahma Jnani is situated in a Brahma Jyoti, but still he doesn't have that experience of spiritual bliss. So in order to experience that, he will again come down into this material world. So there is all good chance. Prabhupada gives this analogy that like many sannyasis, Mayavadi discipline, there are so many sannyasis, after all their studies of Vedanta, they lead to do some political or social or philanthropic activities, which is nothing but a material activity. Why? Because they were not able to get that sense of happiness in that Dai Vedanta studies, and they are looking for some sort of pleasure, so they derive this in this so-called social philanthropic or these activities. So the real satisfaction comes when we engage ourselves in the loving devotional service. So what is the Lord Shiva has sung the whole prayer, giving us a hint of the transcendental happiness which devotee experiences, the honey the devotee experiences, which is coming down from the lotus feet of the Lord, flowing from the lotus feet of the Lord, Charnamitam. So devotees, they experiences this special happiness, bliss. It is Premananda, the happiness derived from the loving relationship of the Lord. And from beginning he has explained that the form of the Lord, the qualities of the Lord is so wonderful. How Lord is so wonderful, all so wonderful qualities of the Lord he has explained. That the qualities of the Lord is transcendental. It's not material. It is completely attracts the soul. There is no selfishness in that. it is totally, it benefits everyone. So this transcendental qualities of the Lord, similarly the form of the Lord. The form of the Lord is not subjected to three modes. It's not subjected to any kind of changes, difference, deterioration. It is eternal, ever fresh, blissful form of the Lord. Always how the Lord is smiling, that attracts the mind of the soul, that attracts the soul. So this way he has described all these things. The real satisfaction the soul experiences by loving devotional service. That is the real position of the living entity. Prabhupada is quoting from Prabodhananda Saraswati from Chaitanya Chaitamrita. He is saying that all the heavenly experiences just devotees is considering as a Akas Puspayate, a flower from the sky, and all the merging into the Brahman, it is even worse. Kaivalyam Narkayate, that it is hellish, because this destroys the opportunity for relating with the Lord. So it is like a spiritual suicide. So he is saying it is hellish. So the happiness that devotees are looking for, our soul is looking for in the transcendental relationship with the Lord. You know that there are 5 different relationships one can have in Santa Rasa, Dasi Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa. So this all sweet exchanges or reciprocation with the Supreme Lord. So this is what is our real hankering. Somehow or other in this material world we have forgotten it. We have forgotten our relationship with the Lord. What to speak about relationship, we have completely forgotten Lord Himself. We see that people they are not able to believe there is a God. God is there itself, they are not ready to accept. Thinking, where is the God? How we cannot see Him? Where is the God? Okay, even if something God like that there, He has no form. He is Nirakara. Like that. So you completely in madness situation. Completely we have forgotten the Lord. But when it is so obvious, with this material creation, we have not created this material world, neither we can create. Who has created this? Who is maintaining this? Where this has come from, where we have come from. So this all makes a good sense for accepting the supreme authority. But then we see that we will completely not accept this. We are completely blind to it. So this is the ignorance. Partially it is because our deep desire for sense gratification. Because so much subtle desire is there for enjoying bhoga, that we just keep our eyes away from accepting the presence of Lord, because that gives us sort of a free hand to do whatever we want. So is Lord Shiva has described about the about transcendental form and qualities, and he has given the hint of bhakti, devotional service. Now after all these things, he is saying that this is very, very rare. Getting devotional service is very, very rare. He says that bhakti is sudurlabha, very rarely achieved. Devotional service is very, very rarely achieved. We know that Krishna can give mukti, liberation, very easily. Also, any material benedictions is there that can also be very easily achieved. Krishna has appointed so many devas, demigods, 33 crore demigods there, 330 million demigods are there, and we worship them, and they very quickly get satisfied and fulfill our material desires. The material desires also is sanctioned very easily. Krishna even does, we don't have to worship him. But the bhakti is not like that. Bhakti we don't get the bhakti so easily. Sudurlabha, very rarely we see they are devotees. Manusyanam kaschid yatiti sahasranam kaschid yatiti siddhe yatnam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvata. There are thousands of people, they will try for perfection, hardly of them anybody will know Krishna. So they are very, very rare. Shri Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Prahlad Srimad Bhagavan ki, Satai Gaur Sundar ki Jai. So they are very, very extremely rare. Seeing a pure devotee of the Lord is like we can count in millions. Millions somebody will be like pure devotee of the Lord. Very, very rare. That's what was the surprise of Lord Indra when he was dealing with Vritasura. So initially he thought he is a demon. Actually he was a commander of all the demons, and he attacked so ferociously. He attacked that Lord Indra was himself finding very difficult to combat with him. And then all this is going on. In between he had a dialogue with Vritasura, and Vritasura seems to be not affected by any situation, any difficult situation, and he was completely meditating and depending upon the Lord. And Indra, being demigod, devotee, he himself was finding to make a equilibrium. It was not so easy for him to meditate on the Lord or depend on the Lord at this situation. But Vritasura is encouraging him, you take your Vajra and you kill me. Don't worry, this is your duty. Like that he was speaking, and he was completely dependent on the Lord. So seeing this, Parikshit Maharaj was very surprised that how come Vritasura has attained such a state of mind in this demoniac body. This is extremely rare to find a devotee in this three world. So being a demon's body, how he had this devotion with him. So we know after that Sukadeva Goswami has described his previous life. From there he was carrying this devotion, bhakti. So it is very extremely rare. The devotional service is very, very rare. Sudurlabha. We know this pastimes how Mother Yasoda, out of her love, she is able to bind Krishna. All the gopis, for the small buttermilk, they were able to make Krishna dance on their fingertips. So you see that Krishna gets completely enamored and controlled by his devotees, and therefore the treasure of bhakti is not easily released by him. So he himself keeps that. Only very rarely we will see that people will have that pure devotion. So such a pure this bhakti only is actually our means to get out of this world. Through devotional service only we can become free from the cycle of birth and death and go back to spiritual world. So this is the bhakti process. Not only going back to Godhead, it is mentioned that even for the perfection of our fruitive activities or philosophical speculation, jnana marga, unless bhakti element is added, will not get perfection in that. That's what is a prayer of Sukracharya. He is gone to Vamandev, and he is saying that I will tell you the secret, that how I am able to perform all the ritualistic activities very Tava Nama Namanu Kirtanam. I silently perform your chanting of your holy name. So he is saying that by just performing that nama, depending on your namas and kirtanam, I am actually able to close all my sacrifices successfully. So just by even for material success also, unless that is an element of devotion, we will not get that. So to come out of this material world and go back to our real spiritual situation without bhakti, there is no other way. So that is the the bhakti's importance. The elements of bhakti is so important, and that devotional service actually one gets very easily, even by a moment of association of devotees. So we can understand what is the importance of association of devotees, which we are hankering for so many lifetimes. And that can be very easily achieved by the association of devotees. Therefore it is said, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra kahe, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hai. Even a lava, matlab fraction of moment association of devotees, one gets all perfection. It is this all perfection. By the association of devotees, one develop love for Krishna, one finishes his material existence altogether and go back to spiritual world. There are so many examples. The Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with this example of association of devotees and how the life of people have transformed. Great devout personalities have been transformed by the association, a short association of devotees. Like we know the Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj was searching Narayana, where I will find him. He was asking everywhere, where is I can find Lord Narayana. Not that he wanted to go back to Godhead or develop love for Krishna. His ambition was to get a higher or better kingdom than his great grandfather, Lord Brahma. That was his ambition. He is sincerely searching out Narayana, and then we see that how Lord Narada Muni appeared there, and very first short time he spoke to him and he told him what to do. And he exactly followed Narada Muni, and very shortly he was able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, and he went back to Godhead. Like that we see Prahlad Maharaj. He got the association of Narad Muni inside the womb of mother, not even directly. He was just inside the womb of mother, and his mother was hearing and he was also listening inside the womb. And then he was born as a very great devotee, Mahabhagavata. Whatever he heard from the womb, he was always remembering. He was sharp in meditation, prayer, smarnam. So you see, so many Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with this. Then Megari, we know how Narad Muni just saw this Megari and he saw, oh, this person is going to suffer like nothing. So much of sinful activities he is doing. Then just by association of Narad Muni, Megari completely changed. Earlier he was killing all the animals half dead and he was taking pleasure in their suffering. But after Narad Muni's instruction and he practiced for some time, his heart was so much transformed that he was not even willing to step on an ant. So this all transformation, which is very, very difficult to assimilate, just how it's taking place by the association of devotees. So by the association of devotees, when we are hearing the devotees, actually our heart is transforming. That it said that just by hearing from the devotees, actually bhakti saddha rati anukramishyati, saddha bhakti rati anukramishyati. So one develop faith, and then one develop attraction, and then one develop devotion. This all happen step by step, just by association of devotees when he is hearing from him. What to speak about all this character from Srimad Bhagavatam, even in our life we can see that just by association of devotees, we have taken up Krishna consciousness and we are making gradual progress in the association of devotees. We all staying together and practicing Krishna consciousness. We know the importance of association. If we are not there in association for some time, then we feel that whatever little progress we have made, that is also in dangerous situation. That also we are losing the taste. So therefore, when we are out of some association, then we are hankering, oh, when I will get the association of devotees, when I get the opportunity to discuss Krishna Katha with them, when I have opportunities to serve along with them. Because in that association we find practicing bhakti so blissful, so easy to perform devotional service. It's like when we sit down and chant together, we develop more taste for chanting and we easily able to chant. Or when we lead together, then we have a better understanding and we enjoy that. So the association of devotees, the association of devotees is so wonderful. There may be some doubt that how just by fraction of moment one develops all perfection. A fraction of second we may not be able to hear anything from them. Then how is that we will be able to get all the benediction? It is mentioned here that see, even one by chance associate with a devotee, even for a fraction of moment, he no longer is subjected to attraction by the results of karma or jnana. Like we are blinking our eyes and we see some pure devotees and that's all, our material existence is finished. So this how actually exactly this happens, that we see that it is just for comparison, if we see some material beauty, just for a fraction of a second we see that, then we want to see it again. Then it's like that we want to associate with that person. So like that it goes on. Similarly, when we have association of devotees for a fraction of moment, this is so attractive. Their purity is the force. Their purity is, we get completely attracted, and then we want to have more association with them. And when we associate with devotees, what we will get? We will get nectar of Krishna consciousness. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, nectarian ocean of devotional service is available. So we taste more and more, and we want to have more and more association. In this way, when we have more and more association, the life purpose is fulfilled very easily. Therefore, it's all start with a fraction of moment association. We see in Lilamrita also, we see many devotees, just Prabhupada, they came to participate in Rath Yatra, or they happened to be there when Prabhupada was arriving, and just Prabhupada looked at them, and they were completely mesmerized, attracted by his simplicity and his purity, that they went to him, and in that way they had more and more association with his followers, with Prabhupada, his movement, his books, and their life was transformed. So similarly, we also hear some about greatness of Prabhupada or his followers, then we are attracted, then we go and meet them, and in this way we see that our life progresses, our bhakti starts growing. That is the effect of association of devotees. The association of devotees is considered, actually the living entities is said they are condemned in this material world. What is the meaning of condemned? That there is so much suffering, there is no happiness here, but still they actually want it. They want more and more suffering. What is wrong? Everything is fine, I am happy. Like that only we will hear from people. Nothing, everything is okay. So such a condemned situation that there is no scope to become free from this. It's like Suppose if some living entity is in the dog's body, whatever upadesh we gives to dog, it can never hear that, can never understand it. So this life is condemned. So similarly, presently situation here in the mode of so much of mode of ignorance, tamoguna and rajoguna, that practically the life of living entity is condemned. There is no scope to develop bhakti or to serve the Lord. Like that, there is no taste, no interest. There is described, especially in Kali Yuga, we see that manda, sumanda, matayo, manda, bhagya, upadruta. They are all characteristics of people in Kali Yuga described. So completely condemned. So in this situation, by somehow or other good fortune, when we get association of devotees, we are able to break that. Therefore, the association of devotees is considered the most fortunate situation when we are associating with devotees, and when we are bereft of the association of devotees is considered the most unfortunate situation. So that is the importance of the association of devotees. Somehow or other we should stay together in the association. In the association only we can advance in Krishna consciousness. Therefore Prabhupada has created this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, so that devotees wherever they are, they can come and associate, and they can together practice in Krishna consciousness. Also they can take it to others. So Sangha is very important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also stressed in Hari Nam Sankirtanam, that coming together, congregational chanting of the holy name. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam Kalau Nasta Gatiyanyata. So there is no other way, no other way, no other way than chanting of the holy name of the Lord, chanting of the holy name of the Lord, chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So this chanting of the holy name of the Lord is also connected with the association of devotees. Without association of devotees, we see that we won't be able to chant for a very long time. So the association is so important. Like we see that how deity worship is so important. Deity worship is important. The chanting of the holy name is considered sufficient. But to chant properly, we have archana. We worship the deities. That gives us a regulation. So therefore the deity worship is also parallelly we perform the deity worship along with chanting. So similarly, to continue our chanting, we need to have the association of devotees. In association of devotees, all the spiritual activities becomes very, very tasteful, very nice. We experiences the spiritual flavor in the association of devotees. So therefore all Srimad Bhagavatam, everywhere this is described, association of devotees is very important. So this whole chapter, after glorifying the transcendental qualities and form and devotional service, now Lord Shiva is coming to the crux, is telling that how important it is to be in association, be together and perform devotional service. Prabhupada is writing that Yayatma Suprasidati, just by performing devotional service in association of devotees, our heart is completely satisfied. The happiness which we are hankering, actually we experience in the association of devotees by performing devotional service. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Patit Panchla Prabhupada ki jai.